Zakasnit ćete na izlet, rekla sam ti da imaju danas.
Jel tebi greje sa strane?
Zatvoreno.
Drži volan, molim te, srećit ću se.
Što si je zvao? Pa znaš da je Miloš više ne voli. Možeš ti jedan dan da provedeš sam s decom?
Ne sjećam se te žene. Stanka.
Stana.
Otkaži joj. Ili hoćeš da joj ja otkažem?
Pred minut mi je bilo vruće, sad mi je hladno.
There was just some really good performances going on here, and some really strong writing that it sort of gets a pass, because where they end up is obviously it's a great looking location. I would have liked to see more of that.
I know, I really love the setup of all of the characters being in a car talking in the beginning. I think that worked really well, and it really helped like set up the tone for the rest of the film. It's also nice hearing all of their stories, and I feel like we got to know them so much just through that car ride. And I think that speaks true to like even in real life, like car rides and like road trips, you really get to know someone. So I liked how we as the audience got to know these main characters in their car ride. It was also very interesting hearing the sisters talk about like their relationship with their father and how they each have like different relationships and wants from their father. So I think that worked well. It was also super intense when the mom reveals that she was actually the one who left the dad. Like, you can tell that both of the daughters were like confused and they didn't know this. So I really liked that we were learning information, valuable and like powerful information with the characters. And I really love the ending, all of them sitting together at the end. I just thought that was a very powerful visual. So yeah, I really enjoyed this film.
I really, really enjoyed this. I thought the dialogue between the three when they were in the car was really great. It felt very natural. It felt very much like not only like the women of a family, but between the two sisters it felt very natural, but then also like how the mom was kind of handling both of them. All of that felt like really organic, which I think is like fantastic acting and writing. Because especially when you are in a confined space like a car, because you can't really look at each other. I mean, the passengers can look at the driver, but to realistically pull off that you're in a moving car, you don't want all of your actors and characters to be looking at each other, because that's simply speaking, like that's not how we drive. So to be able to pull it off without them looking at each other, to be able to play off the like facial expressions and body language, again, is also restricted because you're in a car, you're strapped in. I thought all of that was really, really impressive.
In that car, we really get three women with three very different personalities that are well established within, I'd say, the first 5 to 10 minutes of the piece itself. Actually, much less. I would say the first 5. We really get a sense of who they are as individuals as we get an idea of what their dynamics with each other are, and with others. You know, the sister in the back of the car is clearly having some difficulties with her husband, who seems to be watching the kids and is not that great at it. You know, we also get a sense of what the relationship with other people is like, and of course, most notably, the father character, who is quite central to the conflict that's going on in the piece. It is well acted. The performances are really kept grounded without becoming overwrought, despite the heavy dramatas of the material itself. So you really see the ability of the actresses to show constraint, which is actually really important in pieces like this, so that the emotions are received, but not in any false or insincere way. So I think that's one of the biggest achievements of the piece itself, as well as being gorgeously shot cinematography-wise.
Yeah, this one is beautiful. I think it's one of my favorite settings that I've ever seen in a short film. I feel like it's so striking, and the house is beautiful. The cars, the shooting there, it's very dynamic. It reminded me kind of like a little bit, because I think probably 2/3 of this short exists in the car, and it's just a conversation. It kind of reminded me of the opening of I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which has recently come out. But it's a very still short. Like everything feels like it's kind of on sticks and controlled, but the story is very compelling and, you know, pretty dramatic. But the actresses, they killed it. I feel like everyone did an excellent job.
Best scenery. It was a beautiful countryside shots and adorable winterland. I love the close-ups that they accomplished with the car scene, the family struggles, the internal conversations, conflicts, and you can sense they love each other. And then I love the mom's confession. It was hard, and I mean, it was a very real and honest story, and I loved the final shot. It was a very specific closing, and I really liked it.
The first part of the film, we see the characters in the car, and then they're having this conversation, and then when there's that shift in how the girls understand their mother's relationship to their father, I loved how that's when we see the world outside the car. We see it from their perspective, we see it from like a third bird's eye view, and I thought that was just really, really cool. I enjoyed the ending and the footage of the nature and outdoors. Part of me did want to know what happened to their dad because they were going to visit him, and that question remained. I was like, his cell phone was forgotten. Is he still alive? Like, what happened? So there was a moment of curiosity there, but overall, I enjoyed it.